Support Laneside. Get something cool. All right, here we are on the lanes with our resident two-hander, the Bearded Beast, and joined once again by Scoops Porter.
Hi, everybody.
And we're doing a deep dive into the new power hitter.
Ooh.
I really want to call this the Primo hitter.
Primo. Is it? Well, right now, looking at it on the screen, that's what I see. The Primo.
The color scheme.
The color scheme, and even the writing, just kind of.
It's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
So this is the next evolution of the hitter line.
Yes.
We all threw the original solid hitter.
Yeah.
That was really kind of a slow response, benchmarky kind of ball.
Yeah.
Then you and your dad loved the red one.
The red one, yeah.
What's different about this one?
Well, this one is the first ball that we've ever seen, the HK22C textured hybrid.
Oh, look at that hook. Now, the last time we saw textured hybrid was on the Mass Bias.
Yes, it was HK22
plus. Yeah, 22 plus.
Yeah.
So they've taken it the next step.
Yeah, and put the citrus on. I mean, the cohesion on it.
Yeah. And, they made a ball that hooks.
Yeah. Well, it's got the same crazy hitter asymmetric core. And
Yep. This core is kind of cool. If you look at the numbers on it, 053, 015, it looks like kind of a tame middle-of-the-road ball.
Yeah.
But it's where you drill into this that matters.
Yeah.
Those drill numbers matter.
Yeah.
If you're cutting into that weird bottom boat or the side nub thumb thingy or the round, it really changes.
It reminds me of the there was a couple balls that came out there, the ones where you had to be with the ring.
The fix and the quick fix.
Yes, the fix and the quick fix. And then Track had one with the alias.
Yes.
But all great balls. You could do so many things, and that's what they're trying to get back to that, because we don't have the weight holes to help help with that, where this is, where it's going.
Yeah, where you put your fingers in creates those fake weight hole reactions. Yeah. And this is a really strong ball. You saw the layout I used on this. This is a strong layout, and we're seeing a lot of hook.
Yeah.
I've already had to move.
Wow.
10 boards left.
I'm speechless.
I threw a lot of lumber there, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
This textured hybrid, even though it is textured, is really shiny. 500,000, 1,500 plus compound.
Yeah.
It is shiny as hell.
Yeah. Which
is creating a lot more length.
Yeah. And strong angularity.
You think? Now, we talk about building arsenals all the time. We talk about balls that have versatility. You can take one ball, and by changing the surface, you can create multiple reactions. Textured hybrid has tended to be, over the years, a cover stock that you can put some surface on, and it'll... Jesus.
Dynamical.
It'll smooth out a lot.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that to the test.
Okay.
Because we're going to do something. Unfortunately, Nick and Wayne weren't available when I was shooting these. So I decided to do something way, way different. We're going to get to that to the second part of this video. So don't leave.
Out. Yeah, don't leave when we do the comparisons.
We're going to move again off that shot because I want to strike. That was a pretty decent line.
Yeah.
It was just... I think I was a little behind the head pin.
Yeah.
Get to leave that 7 pin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move again just to try to strike here.
Oh, look how far out you are.
See?
Scatter.
Almost the same place, just a little bit change in my... It's still light.
Boom.
Great carry.
Yeah.
Boom. Here's Trebor throwing it left-handed. So let's start talking about something.
Okay.
We always compare these balls to our benchmark ball.
Yes.
And inevitably, someone says, hey, you throw the Rattler. Hey, you throw the bonus. I want to throw the Ball X. I'm just going to put a short pin in it, and it's going to be a benchmark ball. I want you to pay attention to the strong layout versus our benchmark ball on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is at the 500,000, 1,500 plus compound. Strong layout. Huge difference.
Yeah.
Okay. And yet, every time a ball like this comes out, any asymmetric ball comes out, the first thing I get asked is, well, what about short pinning it? I want to short pin it.
So you want to, you're trying to get a urethane reaction out of a asymmetric ball.
Not only are you trying to get a urethane out of an asymmetric, you're trying to get it out of a hybrid.
Yeah. Which is not going to roll the same.
It's not going to... Now, it doesn't mean it's not a good idea.
No.
We're just saying that there are better ways to do things.
Yeah.
Now, you can see here the Rattler. Watch the way our benchmark ball rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, watch how it goes through the pins. And then compare it to the strong layout with compound of the power hitter. Those are different reactions.
Yeah. You can see how much the power hitter got further out and came back. Now, it's an asymmetric, so it's going to naturally have a smaller hook window anyways.
That's right. So we're not creating that. For me, for a speed dominant or a rev dominant player, that does not create a benchmark reaction for me. And you can see it in the slow-mo here. It is an angular reaction.
Yeah.
But let's say, for the sake of argument, that I happen to have two of these power hitters and a solid one and a hybrid one.
Done.
How different would they be?
You can see how much. You can see the solid one had to stay so much more in the oil.
And it was so much smoother.
Yeah, where the power hitter is just with that polish and the aggressive drilling, just so much further out.
So we've established right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want a smooth ball,
yes,
maybe the original hitter was a better choice.
Yes.
But you know what? The original hitter isn't available anymore.
Yeah, sadly.
That ball was phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you want to re-release a ball, Phil, give us an HK22C plus hitter solid.
Same cover, same additives.
Yeah. So you can see the hitter is solid. Yeah. Why do you want to make an hybrid ball less reactive?
Yeah.
You want to take advantage of it. Well, there is one reason. Say your solid is a little too early. You can go to a hybrid with a little bit of surface.
Yeah.
And it can get a little bit more distance out of it. Mm-hmm. So I took that second power hitter and I put our standard
short
pin layout on it, hit it at 1,000 to make it like a short pin to get that urethane reaction.
Yeah.
And this is what we're looking at here. First of all, from my benchmark spot,
I got to the pocket.
It is, and I see why people ask this all the time, it is a smoother, it is a more controllable reaction.
Yes. Because you're decreasing your flare and having it roll
farther down lane.
Yeah. Right?
So you're putting more energy down lane, so you have a little bit more motion. But if you want a urethane reaction, you don't want more motion down lane.
No.
So this is why, I've seen Mikey Tang put out a video about doing short pins, and he used, I think it was a gem or an exotic gem.
Yeah.
And I get questions from people all the time with, can I do it with this ball? Can I do it with that ball?
Yeah.
It's not that you can't do it.
No.
You need to understand that it's going to become very specific.
Yeah.
We've taken a ball that hooks a ton, that you could swing the lane with.
Yeah.
And we've now turned into a ball that is very long.
And smooth.
Well, it's smooth to a point. It has some snap down lines still. Because it is a hybrid. It doesn't have the smoothness of
a solid.
We also talk about core shapes.
Yeah.
Okay. This core shape at 053, 015. Now we're getting super technical. When you short pin a ball, you can take usually about 10 points of differential and about 5 points of intermediate differential off of the numbers.
Okay.
And when you're short pinning a ball, you want a ball that has usually a 3-to-1 ratio. So your diff would be like 30, and your intermediate differential would be 10.
Okay.
Or 15 and 45.
Yeah.
Well, this ball, when you take 10 and 5 off, we're a 4-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
Actually, almost 4.5-to-1 ratio. And what that does is, instead of making it super smooth, it actually keeps that continuation down lane. It's now acting like a strong, symmetrical ball.
Okay.
So instead of getting a benchmark reaction, we're almost getting like a benchmark plus reaction.
Yeah, because it's got more pop down there.
Lane.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a urethane reaction, do you want more pop down lane?
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is why balls like zigzag end up being our choices for short pin. Because you can see I've struck a lot here.
Yeah.
But look how many pins I've had to fold in because the ball is still hooking through the deck.
Yeah.
How many 4-9s did I fold in? How many 4 pins did I fold in?
Yeah, you're not getting it to roll forward as much as you want when you're trying to do this.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Now, a senior player?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Keep the ball in front of you.
Yeah.
Rev dominant player? If you're using this as a ball knowing that it is going to hook down lane, because look how much that hooked.
Carry. Coward.
That's not a short pin reaction. No. So you have to understand that, yes, you can short pin it, but you need to know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So here I am left-handed with it, and just watch the continuation. This is all we talk about.
Yeah.
Watch continuation. Look how much it hooks down lane.
Yeah. It still gets down there and pops off. It's just not as much as it was when with your original drilling. Yeah.
That's the difference with. That's why layout matters.
Yeah.
And that's why cover preparation matters. We've taken a very fast response ball, and we've slowed it way down. Yeah. But it is still, because of the core technology and the cover technology, it is still going to be somewhat fast response.
Yeah.
Because watch it.
It's going to be faster response than what you're looking for if you're trying to short pin it to make it closer to a benchmark or a urethane type.
Because I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm actually 5 boards right of my rattler here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm throwing it straighter, but it's still
getting down there and then
having so much continuation down lane. You can see it right here on the lower level. The lower level. That's what we should call this.
Lower level.
It's like the lower deck. The lower level.
Now I got a question while we're watching this. Is this shape potentially going to get you trapped in more over-under?
So that is the other problem we run into. If you're looking for a ball that you're going to have very controlled in front of you, that you don't want to be over continuous, you don't want a ball that's also going to be fast response.
Yeah.
So if you miss right or miss left, it's going to over or under respond.
Yeah.
And that with that surface prep and the 4-to-1 ratio with that layout, you're not allowing the ball to do what it should do.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I haven't struck a ton.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Which is the weird thing to say. Like, you can I'm striking, but I don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But when I threw it with the other surface prep out of the box, way better. Now, we talked about the short pin zigzag with the 3-to-1 ratio. Exact same layout. See the difference there?
Yeah.
The zigzag was much more urethane.
Yeah.
Where the power hitter with the 4-to-1 ratio and the different cover stock is now cleaner and more angular. And watch this in slow motion. You really see the difference. Watch when it comes off down there. You see it disappear quickly.
Yeah.
Where the zigzag it
kind of sets itself up and starts rolling. Yeah.
Watch here. You can see it close up. You see it disappear. Boom.
Yeah.
And you could even see that the power hitter out-continued it as well.
That's what I mean. The zigzag was more of it kind of hooked itself up and set into the pocket kind of thing, right?
And here we can see it again on the lower level. So we've, once again, Radical has made a ball. Not that we're saying not to short pin this.
No.
But they have created a ball that has so much versatility you can create not only a strong ball up asymmetric, an angular ball, you can create a benchmark plus out of this as long as you understand what you're looking at.
Yeah. And that's what I said. It's good right now, too, on the fresh, but when you start getting a little burn up or whatever, you got to watch that you don't trap yourself.
That's right. You got to watch how it's going through the pins. Yeah. That's the name of the game, how the ball goes through the pins. That's how you strike. Power hitter strikes a lot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.